welcome to Anything and Nothing. Tonight we're going to kick things off with Michelle's drink. I will let her explain it.
All right, guys. So I was being a little adventurous with the tequila because I had tequila. So I did a tequila sunrise. I've never made one before, so hopefully
I'm excited. I like tequila.
it turned out. It did come out pretty.
It's probably the prettiest drink that we've made.
Yeah. So
We don't know how it's going to taste. I actually don't know if I've ever had a tequila sunrise.
I don't think I have either. I've had. Oh yeah, no.
Should we stir it? Are you supposed to stir, or are you supposed
No.
to drink as is?
I think you drink as is.
Okay, because you've already mixed it.
I already mixed it. I
Okay,
did.
it was super simple to make.
It was.
Cool. Well, cheers
All
to a
right.
good show.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers. All right, let's see. It's pretty delightful.
It is.
Like you don't you definitely can taste the tequila.
Yeah.
But I know I asked Michelle to put an extra shot in for me.
She did.
But it is actually not strong.
It's not strong.
Like
it's
this is
not,
a good summertime drink.
Yeah, and it's not too sweet,
Yeah.
so I like it.
It's a little scary though because I could like suck that down.
Yeah, it does taste like punch.
Very much like punch. So it's a good like spring summertime when it gets nice outside.
Yeah.
So cool.
All right.
Definitely try it out. Check the ingredients out.
Yes.
Moving on to random topic. I wonder what we're gonna pick tonight. Not even decide. Pick. Let's see. What's a red flag on the first date?
Okay. Okay.
And we can give a couple.
Yeah.
Bounce back,
no,
back and forth.
I was going through a list in my head.
Oh my god, you have that many already?
I mean, I'm sure.
Red flags.
So, gosh, wait. Let me think.
I've
Red
got
flags
one.
On a first date.
I'm thinking about a first date that I had that didn't go so well.
Asking to pay.
Oh, that
Asking
was
me to pay.
mine.
Oh, sorry. Asking me to tip.
Oh, like they cover the bill and you tip?
I think asking period is just. Ugh.
Also, a tip is like, I mean, why?
I feel like it's a test. Are you testing me?
Yeah, but like, why?
Right.
Like, if you're picking up the majority of the bill, why not just pick up the extra $10, $15?
Right. I don't
it's
have
gonna
cash,
be?
just like you don't have cash.
Right.
Too many questions. Like,
Mhm.
too much, like, interview type questions. Like,
Yeah.
I don't ask that many questions on a first date. So, when someone asks me a bunch of dates on a first date, I feel like, are you looking for somebody to fit a mold of something? And if that's the case, I don't want to be mold. No thanks.
Right.
I'm sure I can think of more, but you can
I know
add.
you stole mine. I wish I went first. Definitely paying because I was on a date and it was a happy hour date. And it was like the drinks were like, and this was like back in like, I want to say like before 2010. So like if you're in the DC area, you know, going out for happy hour, like they used to like fucking have free food. Like, and they used to have like open bars for free. All you had to do was tip. So we go for drinks and he basically like the bill shows up and I'm just sitting there and we're still talking. And then he like opens it up and he's like, so are you gonna pay your half? And I said, what? Like, I didn't even know, I didn't know how to handle it. So I basically.
That's actually a topic in itself. I think.
Yeah. Like really? And so flash forward, he was like, well, I plan on taking you somewhere else and I planned on covering that. So I didn't think it was a big deal for you to cover the first place. And I'm like, well, you should have started the precedent with you cover the first date and then we get to the second place.
Yes.
And then maybe I'd have been like, okay,
You might have offered.
Right, this is our second hangout of the night. I was like, don't start off bad on the first date, right? Or if you don't have the money, say like let's go to a park. Like let's
If
do a
you don't
picnic.
have the
It was
money,
nice
choose
weather.
better.
Yeah, like you
I
let
had
me
to talk
choose.
with my little brother because he's early 20s.
Yeah.
I'm like, sir, if you need help with dating, let's talk because there are so many free and cheap things you can
Yeah.
do. We live close to DC. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah. Do you want to
if
go
you
to a
can't-
museum?
if you can't
Get some Starbucks.
pay for a first date, I don't want to go.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I like I said, that can be a whole topic in itself because I feel like a guy should pay for the first couple of dates, to be honest. After we're comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
obviously after a couple of days, I've decided that you are probably somebody I want to continue to date.
Yeah.
I might start, offering up things and offering up ideas. And when I offer up ideas, they're not just dinner dates, right?
Yeah.
They're activities.
There's things.
And well, of course, pre-pandemic. And I'm buying tickets for it. So it's like I feel like it'll come back around full circle eventually. So if
I think we're living in a day and age
don't-
now where I feel like guys, I've talked to like guy friends, and it's like there are girls out here that are literally just trying to get a free meal. But I think guys need to do a better job of sussing those women out. I think those women are probably pretty easy to suss out. You know what I mean?
but don't take her to again.
Don't
take
let her
to dinner.
choose. Yeah.
Don't let her pick the dinner date
Yeah.
and location, because that's also a problem where
And guys are
you're
lazy.
dating and guys don't.
Lazy.
They're like, where do you want to go?
So it's like, okay, I could be like, I want to go to Ruth Chris. I want to go to Del Frisco. Like those aren't my options, because I'm like, that's an expensive date, and what if I don't like you? I feel bad using you for your I'm not even using you for money, but like I'm gonna get a meal because I want to get a meal, but I'm not gonna also go to like a super expensive place. You just shouldn't let people choose,
Right.
So
And I typically don't choose
mm-hmm.
a place like that for a first date anyway,
Yeah,
because obviously I don't want to sit for a full dinner on a first date.
Yeah.
Because I might not like you. And
Right.
you might not like me either.
I like a nice like happy hour, like grab a drink, and then if it gets better, then it's like, oh, do you want to grab food after?
Yeah.
Oh, another red flag. I remember meeting up with this guy, and granted, we were like hanging out outside. It was like at Navy Yard, I think. And I mean, I looked nice.
Mhm.
And we're outside. I know it's the summertime, so it's hot. But he showed up in and this is not when oversized was a thing. He showed up in a super baggy like t-shirt that like looked like it had been washed a bunch of times and dried, and he should have just like slept in it, not worn it out. And like these like bad like jean shorts and like dirty sneakers.
Wait, did he know he was meeting you?
Yes. I'm just like, you put forth no effort. Like none whatsoever. And I'm like, red flag. And like literally I was like, that was first date and last date. Because I was just like, you put forth no effort at all. One guy I remember going out with, and he basically told me why I was single. And I'm like, so it was kind of, yeah.
Oh,
He was like, I can tell you why you're
flag.
single. And I was like, huh? Like, how are we even here yet? Like, I'm just trying to have a meal. Like, yes.
Offering up advice on why you're single.
And I'm like, but
Definitely
you're
a
single
red
too.
flag.
So, like, are we not on a date? Because, like, you're also single. So that was a red flag, and we never talked again after that.
Right. I'm trying to think of
Yeah,
dates.
I'm trying to think. I'm just going through. And
I
had
did
horrible
not
dates.
talk to one guy because on the first date, the conversation went fine, but we started talking about siblings, and he was talking about his stepbrother as if he was just a boy that lived down the street.
No, I
He
remember you
didn't,
telling me
he didn't
this.
say his stepbrother. He was like, my father's son. And I was like, your father's son? Is
but
he
did you
not?
have a relationship with him though?
Yes, they grew up together. Like, so I thought in the conversation, I thought it was like, like he had just met him like when he was older. Fine.
Yeah, makes sense.
But like he grew up, like the dude lived down the street. Like you grew up in the same, they went to school together.
Yeah.
Like that's your brother.
Right.
Your father's son? Like that's a red flag for me because family is big.
Yeah.
I'm close to my family. My stepbrother, like he didn't even say stepbrother or half brother. He
It
just
was
said
like my father's
my
son.
father's son. I was just like,
Which to
I
me means he
can't.
never had a relationship. And the fact
Yeah.
that like they grew up
If
together.
I had a step sibling, I would probably feel the same way as I do about my sibling. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, and like my half sibling is not my half sibling. It's just my brother.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, you've never introduced like
No.
Michael as like, this is my half brother.
no,
Yeah, it's your brother.
no, or my mom's son.
Yeah, that's
Like, oh,
No,
we're not
that's-
gonna work out. I
that's
already know we're not gonna work out.
that's a big red flag.
Yeah. He
He
also had a windbreak on for no reason.
Oh, are those a thing? I mean, I think
I mean,
they're
it
coming
was
back
years
now,
ago,
right?
but it wasn't then.
Yeah.
We were in high school.
Yeah, I know. I think windbreakers are making a comeback, but not like I feel
Like,
like
not 10 years ago.
Yeah. That was not a thing. Trying to think what else. I like
I know,
so.
I'm trying to think of my bad days.
I put this question in the bowl because I was listening to the radio and this was a calling question. I said like he's fine like taking a girl wherever for dinner and she can order whatever. He doesn't care. You can get your expensive lobster steak. He goes, but what my red flag is you asking for some of my meal. And the lady that one of the host on the show, she was like, well, she might have just been trying to like test you to see if like you are a sharer or if you're selfish.
Right.
And so I think that went over his head because he was just like, I don't want to share my meal. Like, and I get that.
I know. I'm trying to think if I would
But on a
be
first
okay
date,
if someone asked me on a first date. I would not ask to share.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I would feel if somebody asked me.
Like, ooh, what'd you get?
Yeah. But at the same
I
time,
feel like
if you're going to a restaurant, you do like to try
Yeah.
stuff.
I feel like I've definitely like done a fork and done like that.
With a stranger?
Yeah, but yeah, ask them. This was like also pre-COVID before I knew like
I know
germs were a bad thing.
Maybe
but,
that
like,
was that was my inhale.
Yeah, it wasn't like during COVID.
Uh,
I'm trying to think of other like really big like red flags.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like when guys tell me they don't have a relationship with their mom, that kind of is like a red flag for me.
Yeah.
And like I gotta hear a backstory. Like maybe your mom was a horrible person.
Yeah.
But if you seem like you had like a decent upbringing and your mom like provided and stuff, but you don't talk to her, like that's kind of a red flag for me.
Right.
Like it's like that's weird. Because then it's like I don't know. I feel like men, the first like woman that they love is usually their mother, and how they treat them is usually gonna like be a example of like how they'll probably treat you. And if they don't have a relationship or respect for their mother, like how can they ever really have a respect for you?
True.
And maybe that could be a random topic is like, can a guy that has a shitty relationship, or a woman that has a shitty relationship with her father, or a man that has a shitty relationship with the mother, can they have
Healthy relationship?
a healthy relationship?
That's
Or
a
when
question
can they
for other
have,
people,
right?
yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
You had both
experience it,
parents,
yeah.
so.
And I love my daddy and my mama.
Yeah. But I definitely think, I mean, yeah. So that's, I think that's one too. Any others that you can think of?
I was thinking about one and you just took me off
Sorry.
my train of thought.
My bad. Children aren't a red flag. It's not a red flag.
No, children aren't a red flag.
Now, well, if you are like Future and have 8 children by 8 baby mamas, that's a red flag.
Definitely a red flag. If you tell me you have multiple children.
Yeah. If you're like, I have a kid, or I was married and I got a couple kids,
yeah,
cool.
Nah.
But if you're Future and I meet you and you have, even when Sierra met him, I'm like, how did you even have unprotected sex with this guy? He had 5 kids already. And you're like, I want to have number 6. And I think that I am going to be the one that you're just going to stay with. Like, what kind of foolery was she? Like, what kind of, like, hypnotist? I would never.
I mean, but can you blame her? Like, you got to think
no,
that
I do blame her.
At some point, he got to stop. He can't continue. You don't expect someone to continue to have children.
He's continuing.
But, I mean, we know that now, but
Michelle, he had 5.
Like
I could see if he was
Lil
3.
Wayne slowed down.
How many children does Lil Wayne have?
He has a lot, too.
How many?
Over 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Criminal past, is that a red flag? Depending on?
It depends on the crime. So,
but
I did actually date a guy that had shot someone. It was attempted murder.
Attempted murder? You never told me about this one.
Yeah, but he was really cute.
Ah!
But he actually befriended like one of the guys. He was in a gang when he was a kid and befriended like the guy that he shot. I think the guy that he shot ended up getting locked up too. And
Are they friends now?
they weren't friends, but like in jail it was kind of like, you know what?
So he did his time.
He did his
So
time.
you're cool. So
He
red
came
flag
out.
is not you've been to jail. You will give a guy a chance coming out of jail.
Yeah, I think
On a felony? Cause like
well, he had a job. I mean, I didn't really go out. I don't think
I'm
I went
not
out with
judging.
him.
I'm not judging because I know that people get caught up and people make mistakes when they're younger. So I guess I would be like, how old were you?
I went on a second date. I think I did go on a second date. I think what turned me off with him was just he was just very basic. So actually, red flag for me is someone that's
they only eat burgers.
very simple and they're not open to anything else.
Not willing to explore.
Yeah, like I went out with a guy that told me that he didn't eat Chinese food because they kill cats and dogs. That's
Not
a
even
red.
fried rice. I mean, you can vegetable fried
You can
rice.
do shrimp fried rice. Like,
Dude,
they're not finding shrimp in the alley.
No, I do vegetable fried rice.
So yeah, that's a red flag for me. Like
Yeah.
you can't.
Is it a red flag if you meet some guy? Because we're adults, right? So is it a red flag if you meet a man in his like mid to late 30s, past 40, that has never traveled outside the U.S.? Is that a red flag? No.
No, I've met them. It's a red flag for me if he isn't open to going outside the country, because a lot of men that I've met that are in their 30s, I haven't met anyone in their 40s that never been out of the country.
Yeah.
They at least been in Jamaica.
Yeah. So they have a passport.
Yeah. So, or Mexico.
Okay.
But
The Caribbean.
Yeah. But I think it's a red flag if they have no desire to go out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I've met men that haven't been out of the country, and their thing is they can't find friends that want to go out of the country. They don't want to go by themselves. So
That's true.
I can see how that is. Who wants to go away
By themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
so I get that. Even though I know people that travel all the time by themselves.
What about a red flag of a guy if he has like a roommate? Depending on age.
You know, I saw that actually on a TV show. They were talking about that. That might have been a real.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have a problem with a guy having a roommate, depending on
why he has a roommate.
Yeah, or like how it's a roommate. Is it a roommate like y'all both live in a 2-bedroom apartment, roommate style apartment? Why?
Yeah.
Over like 35. I mean, because I'm not dating anybody under 35, so there's that. But
yeah.
So yeah, someone over 35 that lives in a roommate style apartment, I don't understand. But if you're living in a big house with multiple bedrooms, and you got a floor and they got a floor, save your money. I get it.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, especially if you don't know, what you want to do, where you want to live, or what you want to do. Like, save your money.
Not?
Like, I don't get it. Yeah, it's when they're in a small confined space. I'm like, I'm questioning it.
Red flag that he doesn't have a car?
Well, not for us, because he could be in DC where a car is an annoyance more than anything. Yeah. Why would you have a car that you got to pay $175 for rent for your
for parking
in your building?
Okay.
Or pay to park on the street for your place.
Yeah.
Like,
ooh, I have a good one. What about, because this has happened to me before, they're late to a date, like by like over 30 minutes.
Ooh.
Because I've waited for a guy for 30 minutes, but it was because he was like, no, I'm like close. And I'm like watching the clock. And I made a mental note of when I was going to leave, like, but it was like every 5 minutes he was checking in. So I felt bad leaving. But he definitely was like 45 minutes late.
To a first date,
45 minutes late.
Ooh.
Yeah. But he kept me engaged for like
why?
every 5 minutes.
Like, he have to have a real.
He was like, I didn't know, lived all the way in Maryland, like Bowie kind of area, and we were meeting in DC, and he was like, I don't come to DC often. I didn't know the traffic. My thing is, you should have looked that up. DC? I think I picked DC
because he offered. He
asked. He goes, where should we go?
See, again, this is where they go wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I could have easily... Listen, if I meet a guy and he lives in Maryland, I always am open to be like, we can meet at the harbor. Like, I think that's like an easy... It's on the highway.
Yes.
Now, a Silver Spring guy, Montgomery County, I don't know. Like, that's where I'm like, I meet somebody... That's a red flag. You live in fucking Silver Spring. That's my red flag. Because I'm like, I don't know where to go. We would have to be in DC.
Yeah.
Because they could easily get to DC and not... Yeah, there's no middle ground. But PG County boys, I'm always meeting them. I can totally be like, yo, we can meet at the harbor.
Yeah.
But that's not my preferred method because I'm not like a super big fan of the restaurants at the harbor. So I would always default to DC.
Really?
Yeah. I'd love for you guys to tell us like your red flags. Or if you want to steal one of ours.
Not still.
On that note, I just finished my tequila sunrise, which was amazing.
Drink of the night.
Drink of the night. Yeah, I guess that's it. So let us know what you guys think. Peace.
Bye.